What's going on? Coach Troy here. Just wanted to give you insight into how we're doing the drawing for today's virtual assembly, because the potential is we could have hundreds, even thousands of students on the assembly, and we're doing a lot of raffles. We're giving away a lot of prizes. Copper Banking has committed to more than $1,500, and so here's how we're going to do it. As you can see, this is a sheet of paper with the letters in the alphabet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them up, and then I'm going to be doing a drawing, and we're going to draw out a code, and I'll tell you about it in just a minute. So I've got all of the letters chopped up, see that? All here. And then they're going to go in this bowl. This virtual assembly is going to be off the hood. And so now they're in a bowl. Did you think it would be any other team? Really, go Hawks. And then I'm gonna draw out a letter. And the first letter I draw out is K. Second letter I draw out is C. Third letter is G. And fourth letter is M. So we have K, C, G, M. So the first poll where we would send over, ranging between $1 or $20 into your Copper account, then we would start with the letter K. And let's say there is no K. Then we'd go to the next letter, which would be C. And there's no C, there's no K, there's no C. So then we'll go to G and so forth. Now, if we don't have any of the names, we're going to go the closest. For example, F. If there was a name with F, that's closest to K. And then we would then, well, that would be closest to G, but G is third in there. So then that would be the person that would receive that. When we go to the end, when we do the raffle, we're gonna do the same type of process. We don't know who it is, we just know the formula. And I mentioned, we have a formula for selecting the winners. We drew all the names out of the hat, and that's who's gonna win. Did any of you pause the screen to see which numbers there were? So as you wait for the event to start, the kickoff, the launch to Inspire a Nation tour, hosted by Mojave High School, I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am. The virtual event will be coming from Boom Studio A. It's a home studio that I wanted to show you. It's where I do a lot of my podcasting and writing. You can see that I am a big sports fan. Here's my certification for youth mental health first aid. Here's my certification being a part of Payback, and a lot of you may have heard me in your class. Atlanta Hawks, go Hawks. Knights, right? Vegas Knights, baby. And then we got the Seahawks, so Seattle Seahawks and Atlanta Hawks for hoops. This is where I do all my whiteboard. This is where I do some of my planning and working on getting more schools to have this virtual assembly. Again, more big Seahawk thing from Seattle, so Ken Griffey Jr. And then this is where I do my podcasting. This is the command center where I do my podcasting or video editing. So don't hate me, all you Raider fans. I will say, when I did a video shoot with Alec Ingold of the Raiders fullback, Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, he's a pretty cool dude. He's a pretty cool dude, even if he's with the Raiders. So if you're okay with that, yeah. And then stop, and then turn to the camera. And what was the line? But
it was definitely fuel to the fire.
Dude, that just gives you goosebumps. Yeah. We'll try it. If it doesn't work, we'll do something else. Yeah. So the line of Hi, my name is Troy Ritchie, and I would like to share with you a Coach Troy! Coach Troy, are we doing it now? Are we doing it now?
We talked about this. Yeah.
No. That's why I'm here. Yes! Okay. I have a powerful message delivered to Generation Z, the most powerful generation and the most depressed generation. It's a message of hope. It's a message of promise that I want to speak to your school through a virtual assembly, in person. Tell them about our book. Tell them about our book. You got it. Now go get it. Realizing once and for all just how high you can fly. We were laid off due to COVID last year, and instead of watching Tiger King, we wrote a book.
We weren't.
You got it. Now go get it.
We weren't going to talk about the book
because we're doing a promo for education as Coach Troy persona, not Troy Ritchie persona.
Okay.
So we already talked about this.
Okay.
We literally talked. Gives a whole new meaning to talking to yourself, doesn't it? Anyway, I have found a sponsor that will pay for my speaking fee to any public high school or 8th grade middle school that is in a Title I area, a high free and reduced lunch. And the message that we're going
Good morning, 4 a.m.ers. If you haven't heard it today, let me be the first to say that you are awesome. My name is Troy Ritchie, and I'm the host of the 4 a.m. Daily Wake Up Micro Podcast, which is what you're listening to today. But we're spitting fire Monday through Friday, provoking thought,
talking about the
inspiring hope, and igniting.
We're not talking about the podcast, not the podcast. No, because we're talking education.
Promote a podcast. That'll help get us on
we discussed
the
this
podcast
before filming. What are you doing?
Okay.
I apologize. I really do. It's unprofessional. As I mentioned, my speaking fee is covered for those schools that are in the worst areas, that need it the most, to hear a message about the opportunity that these students have as Generation Z, and steps that they can take to avoid suicide, to avoid all the other things, the negative thoughts that come into play, to what is going on right now?
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all.
He's trying to do this because he knows I like playing this song.
It's a small
We were.
world. It's a small.
We weren't going to do this. We
We
had laid
sing.
out everything. We had a plan.
And I liked you better when you were doing the harmony, man.
Okay, so in conclusion, I put some interactive buttons for you to look at and choose which one that would best. He's standing behind me, isn't he? And he's dressed the way I'm dressed. He's got the clean shave.
How does he know that?
We're literally the same person. Okay, so click one of these buttons to get all the information that you need to learn more about our talk so you can have.
Welcome to the American Dream, the remix, where we're all hustlers, where there's no free lunches, not even a free snack. The new hustle doesn't move at the speed of cash because cash is slow, and we're moving at the speed of right now, this instant. Shout out to the lawnmowers earning their way, the trend-setting thrift sellers, the Insta icons, the game changers, and the beat makers. You're never too young to get your money right. Whether you're saving for tuition fees or that old school camcorder, Copper will show you how. That's right, Copper can teach you how. Welcome to the new hustle. This is Copper Banking.
Hey everyone, Kenny here with Copper Banking, and I'm so excited to introduce you to my friend Troy Ritchie, or as most of you will come to know him as Coach Troy, who will be shortly giving his talk, The Cheat Codes to Life, providing Gen Zers with the advantages of winning the game of life. Coach Troy has been speaking to schools in the Clark County School District since 2018 through the Payback Community Program. In addition to that, he's got great content on all of his social channels, including running a podcast called The Daily Wake Up. I highly encourage you to check it out. On top of that, this past February, he released his first book, You Got It, Now Go Get It. It's a good one. We believe in the future leaders of America. So much so, we've put our money where our mouth is. All students and teachers will have the opportunity to win one of our many prizes today. To receive bonus prizes, make sure to scan the QR code, I believe in Cheat Codes 3 that you're going to hear from Coach Troy soon, and register on the Copper Banking app, which is going to look something just like that. Everyone needs a coach, especially when it feels like life isn't playing fair. So let's listen up, tune in. Coach Troy is going to bring the heat as he reveals the cheat codes to life. Coach Troy, my man, take it away.
And stop sharing screen. Hello, everybody.
What's going on? Coach Troy here. Hey, we are figuring out, we're in the command center right now, so we're working on some of the displays and the views. If you cannot hear me, if things are not coming in clear, please, in the chat, chat it to one of our team members, one of our organizers. What we're going to do is we're going to get my ugly mug on the full screen here. Once we do stop sharing my screen, then it will go away and I will be the only one. So right, hold on, let me just help out here. So stop, try that right there. And then here I am in all my glory. See, I got Rad Dad, Dad Bod, the whole thing. So a couple of things I want to point out. I have convinced Copper Banking to invest some prize money to give away. And the way that will work is you've seen a QR code. Hopefully you've scanned that. We're going to do polls throughout this talk. I'm not going to be long. Throughout this talk, we're going to give you the opportunity to answer a poll. Now, what happens when you answer a poll, if you're a student from Mojave High School or from one of the guest middle schools, when you answer that poll, you will have the opportunity to receive anywhere between $1 or $20 sent to you. I've gotten this question a lot. What is Copper Banking, Troy? Coach Troy, what is that? Well, think of it like Venmo for your family, right? It's if you're under 18 and you're using Venmo, you can't really use it. And so what Copper Banking is, it's simply Venmo for your family, so you can exchange back and forth. And what we believe and what you'll learn here in the cheat codes for life is that it's hard to learn something when you're not participating in it. So I believe we have a poll coming up right now. I think the alarm's going to go off for a poll question. Oh, I don't know if y'all can hear that, but the first poll question is going to be sent to you. Look in the chat feature. Hold on, let me pull up my notes here. And the question is, what generation are you? What generation are you? Most of you, when I speak to other schools, they have an answer right away. So you go ahead and answer, what generation are you? Are you the matures, baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, or Generation Z? Go ahead and answer that, and everyone that is answered will be eligible to receive some sort of cash into their Copper account. Well, Coach Troy, I don't have a Copper account. Well, then I would suggest that you go ahead and get that. You can go to getcopper.com, or you can go to the App Store. There the poll is. Look at that. You can see the poll. What generation are you? Go ahead and answer that poll. Now, most of you know what the answer is. This is an easy poll question, right? The answer is your Generation Z. Now, what a lot of people don't understand about Generation Z, and let me look at my notes here, you are the most entrepreneurial generation. When challenged, you work harder with more passion than any other generation in the past. You're a very diverse generation, accepting of others and their views and beliefs. Causes mean something to you. They mean something to you. You are so vested in anything that you do. My theory is it's because you don't know a world without technology. Now, if there's a zombie apocalypse, then you all are screwed. I don't think a zombie apocalypse is going to happen. I don't think technology is going anywhere. So because of that, your opportunity to be a millionaire, your opportunity to be successful is right at your fingertips, literally in your hand, right? In your phone. I mean, check it out. I am streaming this from my iPhone, right? So you guys know technology better than any other generation before you. So I have a question. Why then are so many of you dying? You see, Generation Z is the most depressed generation. They're the loneliest generation. 1 in 3 of you have an anxiety disorder, and suicide rates are at an all-time high. Now, this is important to me because when I was 13, I attempted to take my life because I was growing up on the big island of Hawaii. Someone with fair skin,
you don't really fit in. Someone who's skinny, you don't really fit in. Someone who's poor, you don't really fit in. And someone whose dad is a preacher, you don't really fit in. I didn't fit in. And all throughout middle school and in high school, it was hard. I felt disconnected. I didn't feel important until I was placed into a very small school called Henry Opukahia. Say that 10 times fast. Henry Opukahia. Henry Opukahia. It was a small school that put me on a basketball team because it was so small. They didn't ask you if you wanted to play. They told you what sport you were going to play. Now, I'd never played hoops before. I imagine there's some hoopsters there. I had never played basketball. Basketball is not something you can just pick up and go out and play with your friends. It's not like kickball. You need skills to play basketball. And my life turned around when I met a coach. Because that coach was from Hawaii. And he accepted me for the fair skin, for the skinny. You see, coaches have to take everyone on their team. It doesn't matter how good or bad they are. They have to take all the good out of every single one of their players. Not a lot of people can afford a coach. Most successful people have coaches. Because a coach changed my life, I'm Coach Troy. I'm the coach for Gen Z. Because your potential is too great. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Coach Troy, you don't know what I've gone through. You're right. I don't know. In fact, I'm not even going to pretend to know. The only thing I'll tell you is that I know the way out. This isn't about me. This isn't about my story. There are many of you hurting inside. There are many of you that don't feel important. There are many of you that don't feel like you're worth anything. Well, I'm here to tell you, you're mistaken. Coaches like to say you're wrong quite often. You are mistaken. In fact, I have a feeling there might be another poll question coming up. I want you to riddle me this. Answer me this question. Is there a poll question coming up? I think. Give me the alarm, the poll alarm. Do you hear that? Do you hear it? Oh. Yes. What are the odds of you winning the Powerball lottery? 1 out of what? And you'll see the poll question come up for you. What are the odds of you winning the Powerball lottery? I will tell you, the odds are so high. They are so high, the rich do not play the Powerball lottery. Powerball lottery is $2, and you have the opportunity to win millions of dollars. Well, Coach Troy, if it's only $2, why don't the rich buy a lottery ticket? They can get more money. Because the rich know that it's not a wise investment on their $2. Have you noticed that most people that win the lottery, did you know that they lose all that money in a few years? We're going to talk about that. The odds of winning the Powerball lottery is 1. Go ahead and close off that poll. We're going to give you 30 seconds on the poll. And just so you know, anyone that plays in the poll, they have an opportunity to have surprise money sent into their copper account. Now, the odds of winning the Powerball lottery are 1 in 292 million. 1 in 292 million. The odds are so great, the rich won't play. Now, another poll is coming up, I believe. And that is, what are the odds of you being born? What are the odds of you being born? Look at that. You guys, man, 1 in 2. You guys got the right answer on the first one. What are the odds of you being born? And no Googling to find out what the answer is. All right? No, don't do any of that. What are the odds of being born? Go ahead and answer me that, and we'll do the poll for just 30 seconds. You know what? I got to give a shout out to the team that we have in the control booth. We have folks over in Seattle. We have folks over in Oregon. We have folks here in headquarters for the Boom Studios. And so I want to give a shout out to them. Each poll is going to be 30 seconds. We're all working hard to make this thing be as smooth as possible. So what is the answer? The odds of you being born. Remember what the odds are of you winning the lottery. The odds of you being born are 1 in 400 trillion. 1 in 400 trillion. You see, you don't hear it often enough. You're a miracle. Anytime a bully makes you feel like you're worthless, inside of your head, you can think to yourself, they've never met anyone like me. The first time you took your breath, you were a winner. You won the most important race of them all. Remember 8th grade health? That's a competitive race that you're in. You were born, you're a winner. No one can take that away from you. There has never been anyone like you. There will never be anyone like you. There has never been anyone like you. You are a miracle. And when I see the potential of Gen Zers with their use of technology, and then I see the statistics of so many hurting inside, I'm like, what is going on here? The two don't compute. It feels like another poll question is coming up. Let me look at my notes here. Yes, let's do the poll. Let's see how well you all know your state history. Nevada is the what state? Is it copper? Is it the copper state? Is it the silver state? Is it the gold state? Or is it the platinum state? You have, Tim, I'm thinking maybe 15 seconds on this one, on this poll, because we're all in Nevada. You guys are going to get this like it's so easy. Now, think about this. Stay with me now. We are in the silver state because why? Well, because there was silver and then California gold. There's a lot of gold here in Nevada as well. Golden Knights, right? So why do we care about mining for gold? Who cares about gold? Well, because it's valuable. Coach Troy, that's a dumb thing to say. It's valuable. I understand that. My point is, how much dirt do you get through to find the gold? How much dirt do you have to get through to find the gold? A lot, right? Imagine if we all hundreds of us that are on this right now, if we all went out to the mines, right? And we're looking for silver, and thank you for 93% on that response. And we're looking for silver, and we're looking for gold, and we come back and we bring just a little bitty piece of gold, and we turn it in, right, to the teacher. We turn the gold into the teacher, and someone comes up and goes, oof. Someone comes up and goes, look at all this dirt that I found. Really, dude? We're not looking for dirt. Dirt's everywhere. It's the same thing with you. You can find dirt in your life very easily. It's everywhere. You've got to sift through dirt to find gold. And when you look at your friends, maybe they're on TikTok. I'm on TikTok at KNOW Troy. Come and follow me. You can find the dirt in anybody. That's easy to find the dirt. You're like the guy coming back with the big old bucket of dirt. Look what I found. I found this dirt. Nobody cares about that. There's no value in that. The value is in finding the gold in you and sifting through all the dirt. Now, I think we're going to wrap up the introduction with a double whammy on the poll. Give me a poll shot, Control Center. Here's what I want you to do. The first poll question is going to be populating. It's going to ask you, what gold do you have? Now, this might be hard for some of you because you haven't thought about anything good that's in your life. You have to answer one of these, okay? One of these options is a gold list. Are you beautiful, creative, funny, focused, Looking at my notes here. Genuine, helpful. Which one are you? Which one are you? You can go ahead and show the next slide. And then share the screen. After that poll, you're going to look up, you're going to choose one from the dirt list. So you have two polls that are back to back, 30 seconds each. One is a gold list. Which do you have? Creative, genuine. Love it. Thank you so much for responding. And the second one is the dirt list. Now, we're already at 6 poll questions, meaning that we've given, well, not we've, Copper Banking has given away between $6 and $120 if there are people that have registered with the Copper app. If you haven't, go to getcopper.com. We don't have the ability to show you a QR code. That will be coming up very, very shortly. You can scan on your phone. And again, they're looking to get their name out there. And instead of spending money on TikTok ads or Snapchat ads or other ads, they want to invest in the future leaders from Title I schools. So it's a great program. So the point of me having you do those poll questions is I want to force you to look for the gold in who you are, in your life. And I want to force you to look for the dirt. And the point of this is that you can see you have 2 choices. You have 1 choice. The choice is, which one are you going to look for? Are you going to look for the gold in the gold list? Or are you going to look for the dirt in the dirt list? What are you going to do tomorrow and the next day when a bully makes fun of you, or maybe your parents make you feel like you're not worth much? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to look in that gold list because you know it's there? You know it's there. Or are you going to look for the dirt list? Because wherever you look, you will find it. Okay, go ahead and share screen. The arrow right here. Yep. And that's going to give you just a reminder that you are a royal generation. It will be populating main screen. Yep, and you're going to see that. So if you want to do the QR, you can go ahead and do that. We're going to get to the 3 cheat codes because you may not know this. You may know this. We're showing the video. So technical difficulty. Hold on 1 second. Okay, showing main screen. I'm on the side. All right. Life doesn't play fair. Some of you are doing everything you can. You're doing your best, and life does not play fair. Life's going to hit you when you least expect it. So the whole point of this talk is for me to tell you about the cheat codes to life. Because in order to be successful in life, you have to cheat. Not like cheating in your math test, okay? Not that kind of cheating. It's like cheating on a video game. Who creates the cheat codes for the video game? Who creates them? The developer of the game. Life's the same way. Life is giving you an opportunity to succeed if you follow these cheat codes. I'm going to give you 3 out of the 4 cheat codes to life because I'm your coach. I'm Coach Troy. And let's get started on the cheat codes to life. Cheat code number 1, set expectations only you can control. So I am a basketball coach. I am a mindset coach, business coach that will talk to folks about storytelling, right? And how to properly present a story, how to entertain through storytelling. I've helped some teachers that will go through my courses. And if somebody calls me up and says, hey, Troy, would like for you to come in and talk to our company. Okay, I charge $400 an hour. $400 an hour? Let me ask you a question there. Do you think they get something out of meeting with me if they're paying $400 an hour? Do you think so? They do. Do you know why? Because they just paid $400.
They expect to get something in return. And a lot of times, expectations versus wants, they're two different things. They're two different things. So when I come in, and I've talked to about close to 50 schools here in Clark County over the last few years, I'll come in and I'll ask the students, hey, what do you expect from our time together? When I meet with someone and they pay me, they're expecting to get something out of return. What do you expect to get out of what our time is together? Now, we're going to give you another poll. Let me get a poll shout out, please, with a little ring, ring, ring. Woo! Go ahead and answer this question. And I'm curious, because I'll ask students, I'll say, hey, give me 3 expectations. I'm curious to see how you respond. You have 30 seconds to respond. What do you expect to get out of today's talk? Is it you expect to be entertained? Do you expect to be inspired? This is the Inspire a Nation tour, the kickoff of the Inspire a Nation tour. Next stop is Florida, maybe Dallas. You're the first stop. Or is it to learn something new? Is it to get money? Do you expect to get some money? Well, or is it do you expect to laugh? I mean, look at this dad bod. I mean, I tell a lot of dad jokes. And the beauty of you being muted is every time I tell a dad joke, I hear you guys laughing hysterically in my head. It's just fantastic. So this is, I'm curious to see how you guys respond of which one you are thinking that you expect. And again, the difference between expectation, learn something new. I love it. The difference between expectation and wants is a want is a desire or a wish for something. I really want her to like me. I really do. An expectation is you know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. Chico number 1, as you can see on the slide there, setting expectations only you can control. The three things that folks, that the students choose are they want to be entertained, they want to learn something new, and the third one they get kind of stuck. So I got to help them. So I say, and this is another poll question, you have another opportunity to get random money sent over to whatever account that you've got set up there, your family Venmo with Copper. You expect me to be real or fake? Because I can do fake really, really well. I can sit here and tell you that for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to tell you that if you stay in school and get good grades and go to college, you'll graduate and you'll be happy and you'll make a lot of money. I can do fake really, really well. You know what? Every time I talk to schools, they want me to be real. They don't want me to be fake. And it's because y'all are tired of fake, right? Social media is fake. And it's so funny because when I ask these students, in the last year I've been speaking virtually, I ask them, do you want me to be real or do you want me to be fake? 100% they want to be real. They're tired of fake adults. They want me to be real. Yet most of them, 90% of them, their photo is not of themselves. Their photo is of an anime character. Are they anime? No. If that's not them, is that being fake? You see, we live in a world where you're rewarded for being fake. And yet, everyone wants real. They want to be real. So those are the 3 expectations. So if you don't mind, we're going to stick with those 3 expectations for this talk. The cheat codes to life. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Coach Troy, how do I set expectations that I control? It's a fair question, since you guys wake up, go to school, come home, maybe play video games. You don't have a lot of options. Some of you seniors heading into college, listen up, write some of these down. An expectation that only you control is literally that. You're the only one that controls the expectation.
Nobody else. Well, I expect to get straight A's, Coach Troy. Aren't you proud of me? Absolutely, I'm proud of you. But hold on. Do you control that? I mean, you could put all the effort in the world and turn in a report, turn in a paper that's wrong. How many times, because I have dyslexia, ADHD, and my learning capabilities, I used to call it a learning disability. It's really not a learning disability. If some teacher or someone comes up to you and says you have a learning disability, they're inaccurate. You see, there are 7 to 9 learning ways, learning intelligences, and schools teach to 2. So if you're not one of the 2, you're going to struggle in school, straight up. Then again, A students work for C students. I'm a C student. So when you think about expectations and you think about what you can control, I've done an assignment, felt so good about it, turned it into my teacher, and the teacher goes, "You did it totally wrong, F." I didn't know I did it wrong. Because, I teach storytelling. Sometimes teachers communicate something that you think you know what you're doing and you really don't. And then it gets like, well, what if I'd known that, I would have done it better. In fact, do you know what I like to do because of my ADHD, because of my dyslexia? I like to know the answers first and work backwards to find out how they came up with the answer. So much so that when I'm watching a movie that has too many twists, I search for spoilers. So I find out what the spoiler is. And then once I understand the whole concept, I can enjoy the movie. You see, my learning intelligence is different. Yours may be different as well. So setting an expectation to get straight A's is out of your control. When I coach basketball, I don't expect to win on the scoreboard. I expect my players to get better every single time they show up. You see what I'm saying? Now, what are some expectations that you do control? How about what time you go to bed? Well, Coach Troy, my parents make me go to bed by 11. Okay, so go to bed at 9. Well, Coach Troy, that doesn't make any sense. How about this? Only an hour a day on a digital device. You control that. Nobody else controls that. What if you woke up an hour earlier? You control that. Nobody else controls that. What if you spent an hour a day? You gave up video games for 1 hour a day to study. That's something you can control. Coach Troy, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why? That's too hard. I get it. I understand. I just read a book today. I put it away. And the book talked about making sure, as a rad dad, the parent compass, make sure to let your kids do hard things because doing hard things builds up resiliency. It builds up self-confidence. Yeah, it's hard, especially when your friends are looking at you like, why aren't you on your phone? Oh, I only spend an hour on my phone a day. Set expectations only you can control will change your life. You are a royal generation. You know technology better than anyone else. The whole world is hurting. You have the ability to heal a hurting world and make a lot of money doing it with the new hustle. It starts by doing things that are hard. I take cold showers. Why do you do that, Coach Troy? Because nobody else does. I wake up in the 4 a.m. hour. Why do you do that? Because nobody else wants to wake up in the 4 a.m. hour. I want to do things that are hard. Setting expectations that only you can control. You know who doesn't want you to do this? Because when you set expectations only you can control, you start shifting your mind from drifting, playing video games, and from drifting and not having a purpose, and you go from want, oh, I really want her to like me, I really want to get good grades, I really want to do this, I want to do that, and you start shifting to expectations, you start to control your own narrative. Let's do another poll, shall we? Let's do another poll. This one's a fun poll. I like this one. Can you guys hear that music? Can you hear that? Would you rather be a cat or a dog? Would you rather be a cat or would you rather be a dog? And Master Tim, I think this can only be what? 10 seconds? 10 seconds? Tim, maybe 15 seconds? And Tim, feel free to unmute your mic if you want to say hello. Let's have Tim say hello from Copper headquarters. Tim, can you say hello to the peoples?
How's it going, everyone?
Oh, how's it going, my friend? Hey, how are those poll questions coming in? Are they coming in?
Yes, they are looking good.
Good. Is anyone getting any free money?
That's right. We got quite a few.
Oh, good, good. Fantastic. Tim, thank you. Feel free to chime in anytime that you want. You can be my assistant, my Vanna White, if you will. Would be fantastic. Now, dogs always win. They won again. I got excited because I saw a cat and I saw the numbers of cat. Dogs are always win. They always win. Dogs win. And every school I go to, every one I talk to, the dogs always win. And this is good for TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitch, Amazon, the mainstream media. They love that you would rather be a dog. Do you want to know why? Because dogs serve their masters. And right now in this world, we have a lot of masters. Amazon will throw a ball and all the dogs will go fetch and they'll grab the ball and bring it back. Only this time they might bring the ball back to a master called TikTok or called Snapchat. And TikTok spits out an ad. Or maybe they're playing Fortnite and an ad comes up and the dog's like, where's the ball? Where's the chase the ball? Have you ever tried to play fetch with a cat? Have you? Cats think for themselves. Coach Troy, a pit bull will ravage a cat. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's take the top of the dog chain, right? Top of the dog species. What, Alaskan wolf? Now let's take the top of the cat species. King of the beasts, baby. It's a lion. My logo is a lion. I see cats in you. I see all of you as cats. I see all of you as making TikTok mad, Facebook mad, Snapchat mad, Amazon mad, all of big tech mad because you think for yourself. Now, let's not misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm pro-parent. I'm a rad dad. So if you're sitting here going, well, I'm going to be a cat to my parents, you're missing the entire point. Your parents are there to love you. Your parents are there to care for you. I'm talking about others that are trying to control your life. All your friends. You know, it's interesting that our brain isn't fully developed till we're 25. And so many of you are tasked with this idea. Is it already 3:12? Wow. So we're going to move on to cheat code number 2. Cheat code number 2. Ignore the score and always take the second shot. How many of you feel like, or how many of you have been told that you suck? And I tell you what, Tim, go ahead and do that expectation of what goal they expect to complete. Let's do that. Okay. I want you to choose one of these expectations, and then I'm going to tell you the fastest basketball story that I've ever told in my life. And we missed even the Trevor Moawad thing. So I'm talking too much. So here's the deal. My producer just said I'm talking too much. So here's the deal. Go ahead and choose an expectation you're going to follow through with. Go ahead and do that. And then how many times has someone told you that you suck? Pretty often, right? I'm sure you've been told that you suck. Now, here's the deal. They're using a scoreboard. When someone says that you suck, or they transfer a feeling that you suck, they're using a scoreboard in their head, and they're not using what you need to establish as a scoreboard. And I'll tell you this story. My first year of playing basketball, right? First year of playing basketball. I am awful. And we go to Oahu, another island. We play King Kamehameha Warriors. And we're playing, and we're losing by 30. We're losing by 30 points. And so I'm like a gnat on defense, right? And I'm just hustling, and I'm going after, and I steal the ball. Now, I get fouled, and all they had to do was let me dribble off my foot.
I would have dribbled the ball out of bounds. It wouldn't have been a big deal. However, they fouled me, and I had a double bonus. For you hoopsters, you know what double bonus is, right? You get 2 shots. So here I am at the free throw line. I've never scored a point, ever, in playing basketball. My second game or third game. And I'm not very good. I'm teased all the time. I'm so skinny. It was 1985. Do you know what kind of shorts we wore in 1985? And so I'm standing at the free throw line. Now, because I was skinny and weak, and it was my first year of playing basketball, I could not reach the rim. This is a true story. I could not reach the rim like this, traditional way, right? I couldn't do it. And so what Coach, in his infinite wisdom, had me do, and he was a hard coach. We'd shoot layups. He would stand under the rim with his elbow, pop us in our rib cage as we shot a layup to toughen us up. He taught me how to shoot underhand at the free throw line. It's called a granny shot, and it goes like this. Now, I didn't know any better. I go up to the free throw line. There's about 300 people in the stands on the right side. I didn't think they were paying attention. So I line up, I take my 3 dribbles, I look up, and I release it. That backspin was perfect. It was like a movie, slow motion. The ball is just heading over to the rim on a rope, only 2 feet short. It's an air ball. People were laughing. They were shouting air ball. I didn't think they were paying attention. My teammates are like this. The other team is like, what is this? Who shoots it underhand? It's called a granny shot. They even shot that. They shot that back in the 40s or 50s, back when basketball was not even a popular sport. The referee, right? Referee. They're supposed to be neutral. Referee hands me the ball and laughs and says, show me that again, son. Even the referee was laughing at me. Felt horrible. I turned to my coach. My coach is standing there like this, and he nods his head as if to tell me, do what I taught you to do. I put the ball up like this, and I shoot my second underhand. Same thing. Ball's on a rope. Backspin, backspin, swish. I made my first basket. Do you know what the crowd did? They jumped up cheering for a little white kid playing with a bunch of locals, losing by 30, who shot a granny shot. The same people that are laughing at you when you do something that you're not good at are the same people that will cheer you when you take and make the second shot. You see, when you aren't good at something and you do it anyway, you impact more people than if you were good at it. Imagine if I was good at something and I just walked up in the basketball and I walked up and I was like, swish, oh, swish. Who cares? They cheered me because I sucked, because I had fair skin, because I was different, because I was short. And there are so many of you in the game of life, right? Life is a game and it doesn't play fair, where you get up enough courage to do something that you want to do, even though you're not very good at it. You get up enough courage to go and do it. And so many of you that I see will not only miss that shot, you miss it shooting differently than others. You miss it shooting underhand in the game of life. And everyone is laughing at you. And you don't take the second shot. Well, I'm here to tell you that cheat code number 2 is ignore the score and always take the second shot. I think we're going to move right along to cheat code number 3. Commander Tim, is that okay with you?
That sounds great.
Okay, so I got 10 minutes and we got to do a raffle. Now, I know some of you, somebody wants to win $500 from Mojave High School, I would imagine, and somebody wants to win $250 from our guest schools. And thank you so much for all coming. Cheat code number 3 is you got to KNOW money, baby. Because if you don't KNOW money, you'll have no money. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, Coach Troy, oh, Coach Troy, money doesn't buy you happiness. You're right. If you're unhappy poor, you'll be unhappy rich. If you're happy poor, you'll be happy rich. Money has nothing to do with it. I'm not talking about how much money you make. I'm talking about understanding how money works. You see, I grew up poor. Government cheese, powdered milk. Can any of you relate? Can any of you relate to that? And growing up, I said, you know what? Yeah, when I get out of high school, I'm not going to let not having money prevent me from doing anything. I'm going to do whatever I want. Money's not going to be an obstacle. So when I was an assistant basketball coach at 19 for Henry Opuka Eagles, they went over to the mainland, Virginia, for a basketball trip. And I changed my mind. At first, I wasn't going to go, and then I wanted to go. It was $2,500. I don't have $2,500. Friend goes, well, just go get a loan. A loan? What? So I went to the bank, and I got a loan. It was that easy. $2,500, just like that. You see, I didn't think that I would have to pay it back. $100 a month for, well, I'm 50 now. I know some of you are thinking, man, that guy looks good at 50. It's in the genes, can't help it. I'm still paying it off. You see, if you don't KNOW money, it will prevent you from fulfilling the destiny that you have as a Gen Zer. You have got to KNOW money. And here's what we're going to do. And this is why I like partnering with Copper Banking, because they are trying to teach Gen Zers to understand money, to fully understand money. So Commander Tim, I think we're going to do the financial quiz poll, aren't we?
I think so.
I think it's time. Okay, so first question, poll question. You have 30 seconds. We're going to do 5. Go ahead and give me a little dancing music. I'll bring the mic over. Did you hear that? Okay, good. All right. You have $100 in a savings account, earning 2% interest a year. After 5 years, you would have, go ahead and answer the question on the poll. The what? Not yet. Okay. Would it be more than 102? Exactly 102? Less than 102? Or you honestly don't know? And we're going to give Commander Tim, we're going to give him 30 seconds on this. And then we're going to go to the next one, because we are going to be done by 3:30, come hell or high water. Where did that phrase ever come from? Come hell or high water. I think it's in a movie. I don't know. So we are going to get on to poll number 2. I like it. I think there's some like delay in showing the results and that sort of thing. Poll question number 2, is it related to savings account? Is 1% interest a year and inflation is 2% a year? After 1 year with the money in your account, look at that. Oh, Commander Tim, they're getting the answers right, man. Love it. Does it buy more than today? Buy the same as today? Buy less than today? Or I don't know. And listen, remember what I said about people are expecting me to be real? I expect you to be real as well. If you don't know, that's the point of this. This is what I tell people in basketball when I coach basketball all the time. They say, well, I'm not very good in basketball. Okay, great. That means you're gonna have the most to gain, right? Because you're gonna learn more. And the number one thing people want to do in this cheat codes to life is to learn something new. So go ahead, and that is the answer to the second financial literacy quiz. Now, the next one is, when interest rates rise, bond prices, do they rise? Do they fall?
do they stay the same? Or they have no relationship? And look at that. You guys are 2 for 2 on the majority for the other question. So the new one is when interest rates rise, bond prices rise, fall, stay the same, no relationship. See, you're not getting a lot of these type of teaching in school. That's why I like working with junior achievement as well. Alec Ingold, fullback for the Las Vegas Raiders, is a part with junior achievement. I'm part of junior achievement, and they teach a lot of this. Financial literacy, personal finance. When interest rates rise, bond prices, do they rise, fall, stay the same, or no relationship? And the answer is fall. Bond prices fall, and if it looks like rise was the winner, actually it's fall. So the last question is a 15-year mortgage may require a higher monthly payment than a 30-year mortgage. However, the total interest over the life of the loan will be less. True or false? So these next 2 questions are going to be true and false. A 15-year mortgage may require a higher monthly payment than a 30-year mortgage. However, the total interest over the life of the loan will be less. True or false? True or false? And we have one more with Commander Tim, and then we are going to raffle off some monies. Who wants some money? I feel like Oprah Winfrey. You get some money. You get some money. You get some money. You get some money. Hey, we've got prizes for 8th grade students, 8th grade teachers, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade students and teachers. Come on, teachers, you got to give us some credit for showing you some love, right? It's always been about the kids. We're thinking about you. So we got true, and the answer is true. Next question. Buying a single company stock usually provides a safer return than a mutual fund. Is that true or is that false? Buying a single company's stock usually provides a safer return than a mutual fund. True or false? Producer, stop bugging me. You don't get a play. She doesn't get a play because it's only for students and so forth. And then Commander Tim's going to show what people are going to say. What is our attendance count right about now? We're at 46. What was the peak? 52 to 46, 60 to 52, and false wins. Now, if it was me and there was only 2 true and false questions, the way I would use it is I would say, oh, well, one of them was true, the other one's going to be false, and it looks like that is the way it is. So, Commander Tim, my producer's waving at me to hurry up. Seriously. Commander Tim, are you there?
I am here, Troy.
Okay, so I'd be curious to know who the 8th grade student winner is of the $25 Starbucks or Amazon gift card.
Yes, so we have Alfredo at Seedway Middle School.
Alfredo, is it Seedway or Sedway? I don't know. Maybe one of the two. Alfredo, congratulations, my friend. I'm hoping that you're on still on with us. And now the 9th grade, oh, I'm sorry, the 8th grade teacher. Do we have an 8th grade teacher in the house?
Unfortunately, it does not look like we do.
Oh, no 8th grade teachers. All right, 9th grade student winners.
9th grade, I do not see any 9th.
No one is on the call. Oh, how about a 9th grade teacher?
I do not see a 9th grade.
Okay, well, let's move on. 10th grade student.
10th grade. We have
this is where we need
Scott at Mojave High School.
Who's the winner?
Scott at Mojave High School.
Scott, you have won $25, and Copper will match the $25 for a combined of $50. And this is where we needed your help. We need to know, I think there was a question when you first came in about grades and roles, and this is where it really, really helps out. 11th grade student.
Unfortunately, do not have an 11th grade student or teacher listed on here.
How about seniors? Senior class represent?
Yes, so we have a looks like Jalen at Mojave High School.
Jalen, student or teacher?
Student.
Okay, did we have a 10th grade teacher? No, right?
We did not. But the 12th grade teacher looks like Debbie at Mojave High School.
Debbie, congratulations, and we have your contact information. Teacher receives a $50 Starbucks or Amazon gift card. It's your choice. Copper Banking will be reaching out, and then again, the students as well, because you've registered, because you've given us the information, makes you eligible now for the grand prize drawing. The 8th grade student winner. Who is the name that was drawn? Commander Tim.
It is Kevin from
Kevin, you just got $250, man. That is incredible. The fans downstairs are going, what? Yes, you did it. Now, you can get it in a gift card, or we can send it over to your Copper account. Remember, the way the Copper Banking works, simply think Venmo for families. So you're going to have to get your parents involved. They're going to create the account, and then you have this. Like I have 6 people in my family, it's 3:30, and we all do kind of the coppering thing. Hey, just copper me the bucks. Okay, now, drum roll, please. Who is the grand prize winner for Mojave High School of $500? Commander Tim.
The winner is Olivia.
Olivia, you won 500. I mean, are you just going? I'm picturing you in my mind. You're going, yes, yes, yes. But I tell you what, it is 3:30, and I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you so much, Mojave High School and friends. You have kicked off this Inspire a Nation tour, and we are so excited to take this message to more. Remember the 3 cheat codes to life. Set expectations only you can control. Ignore the score. Always take the second shot. And you got a KNOW money. Or if you know KNOW money, you'll have no money. And we are done. Peace out. Upper right. Stop broadcast.